Hey folks, Dakota Morgan here, your friendly neighborhood comic book writer, podcaster, that sort of jazz, like that, like Yun Power, of course, it's on the screen right there for SGGS Comics, and podcaster for Film World Podcast, and more importantly, the Comic Chronicle Podcast. No, the show where, as a comic book writer, I talk to people from all over comics, such as writers, artists, actors who play comic book characters, all that jazz, available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and comicchronicle.podbean.com. But right now, we are talking about something important today. I wanted to do this video to show, hey, I'm doing a mobile video cam in case you guys can't tell right now. Doing a mobile video thing showing, hey, this is a proper setup of how to do podcasts. People tell me all the time, what do you do, what do you do, what do you do? So I'm here to do a video to show you guys the proper setup for a podcast. So, as I take the camera off the mobile tripod over here, first step is, you have la computadora, I might say. Yes. Very nice man who plays Mr. Negative, Stephen O. Young. Fallout, of course, Blockbuster Kid. You guys can get that on Redbubble in the Comic Chronicle store. So, the store. So, you guys need a computer. Mine, an HP right now. I'm looking at upgrading and such right now, but it gets me through what I need to get done. A webcam of any course. This is Logitech, brought to you by my girlfriend. Shout out to you, Michaela, I love you. Logitech camera, I have it facing at an angle at me for doing videos and such as well, but you don't need to do videos unless you're not putting your own website or YouTube. So as long as the computer gets the job done. Of course, you need all that jazz there. I guess it's an ad promotion for the Comic Chronicle podcast. You guys can get this logo on anything you want, as well as Blockbuster Kid on Redbubble. Make comics, not war! And then next up, I'm going to show you guys on the screen here is what we're going to need to do. So first off, I have Skype. I'm not going to open my Skype up, but I have Skype and one on a taskbar. I have Discord. And the software that I use is WavePad. Let it adjust there for a minute. There we go. WavePad. It's an NCH software. It works wonders. So say I will open a new thing in here, and believe you have to pay to get the unlimited one on as well, but it's definitely worth every penny that you may spend, which is not that much, it's like $20. WavePad works a wondrous charm in here, and the recording right here on the bottom left-hand screen. Adjust. May not adjust. So the recording software is simple enough to use for editing and such as well too. You guys can't really see it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Very, very simple to save and such as well, but it does save as a WAV file. And so what you need to do is you get the NCH software for the switch on here. Back up a little bit. And the switch, you add the files in here, and this works for videos and all sorts of stuff like that as well. In case you have anything, it converts your file from a WAV, whatever it is that you may get, depending what software you use, and converts it to an MP4, which is what the websites have to take. And then I won't go into the sign in and whatnot on there as well because I don't really want to sign into the account, but I'll show you guys the website. I use Podbean. I think you guys can see everything that's going on here. So I use Podbean. It is a very good site, to say the least here. And yeah, Podbean is a very good subscription service for unlimited. If you pay monthly for the unlimited, I think it's like $10, $15 a month to do your show. As I do, as you guys can tell, numbers are not so great in the show. So go support the show. It'd be really great. COVID is taking a toll on everything. And of course, as well, too, I have speakers just in case and whatnot. I have speakers in case anyway for my computer. But what I use, voila. This is the sound setup. I use this here. This speaker, I'm forgetting what it is a Samsung stacked out in Jurassic Park and Star Wars stickers, because of course, why not? Because you guys gotta make sure you have a desk and make sure it's pimped out. What was the short? Shout out to everyone in the play. Love y'all. I was in the play. Make sure you use a screen filter on here as well. I think that adds a little bit more clarity, just a little bit more voice and whatnot to what you're doing in your performance on the podcast, or shit, even voice acting as well. So I use the Samsung. Go plug it in there. I do recommend you get one of these arms for your desk. I do recommend, and there's many different names. This one is the Deco Gear, I believe, as well. Make sure you guys get one of these because it can go and extend, turn to the sides and stuff like that as well. I recommend highly that if you're doing podcasting to get one of these because then you move around, you do stuff like that. I recommend when you're talking to your guests, because I've seen people move, you get one of those and your life will be so much easier. And headphones, of course, too. There's some Skull Candies here. At the moment, because this is was supposed to be doing an in-studio thing, but COVID happened, because fuck COVID. And yeah, I want to say that's the best for that. Yeah, I want to say that's the best way to get started for your podcast, is to get that sort of software around there. Get this equipment for your home studio podcast, to say the very least. It will do you wonders. You do really good with it. You can go anywhere, you can do your show, get guests and stuff like that as well too. I mean, record from using Skype, but use a third-party recording device if you're doing Discord, which I usually just use Skype because that whole mumbo jumbo of losing shit. Make sure you have cool decorations for such as Halo, D&D, Guardians, stuff runs in the Air Force for US CAP, and then dinosaurs, of course, Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, and stuff like that as well. And I do recommend, though, if you do, I'm not going to show you guys because there's guests on here for the show that I cannot reveal yet because it's a secret. What? It's a whiteboard, so you have a whiteboard. I recommend having a whiteboard on there to keep in touch with notes and stuff like that as well. Hopefully that doesn't erase everything. Okay. I recommend doing that, and it keeps track of your guests, if you're bringing on guests, what notes you want to do for the show and such like that. Anything like that. Having a whiteboard, we're going to do a podcast, will save your damn life. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in to this episode here for... I don't know, like, it's just for the channel I want to, for anybody who wants a podcast, to say the least here. Make sure you guys go check out the Comic Chronicle podcast, behind the scenes on comics, on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and comicchronicle.podbean.com. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in to this episode, and without further ado, I'll end it with this. Stay creative, everyone.